The all-new Ultra T16CX with 3.3-litre reliable and fuel-efficient diesel engine.
Thank you for tuning into CV Magazine. As you can see behind me is a mini exhibition of sorts. These Barajo vehicles are not from multiple manufacturers, but a single manufacturer, and that's Tata Motors. Tata Motors today really grabbed attention and all the eyeballs with a series of launches, 14 vehicles to be precise, and these vehicles range from right down the lower end of the spectrum, from the IN LCV range to the M&HCV range, with quite a few highlights. Signaling that these trucks belong to the nation with their tagline Desh Ke Trucks. The company has gone all out to drive operator and customer progress with these new products. So I'll take you around each and every product, and also perhaps an interaction with the senior leadership to understand and deep dive into what these products are all about. Stay tuned to CV Magazine.
The cabin and provided lot many features both in ILCV and M&HCV, which will improve his comfort, his ergonomics, will reduce his fatigue. So that is one theme.
Okay, so if the earlier one felt like a mirage of sorts, now we try and get a closer look at different segments that the company has tapped with these new launches. Behind me, you see the lower end of the spectrum, that is the IN LCV range with the Tata LPT. So I'll take you around the Tata LPT and try and highlight efforts from the company to make it a win-win case in BS6 phase 1 part of scheme of the larger roadmap that Tata Motors has. Interesting part that the company informed us was 15% of the overall investment roadmap that the company had earmarked has gone into this phase of product expansion. So it's a very, very significant and a momentous occasion for the company to be able to showcase the first signs of fructification of product development. Okay, so you're looking at the 709G LPT XD. This is powered by a 3.8 liter SGI engine. The company has taken all efforts to make it a safe and comfortable LPT cabin. It is bundled with the Fleet Edge software, new generation of telematics by Tata Motors, again upgraded from the previous edition. And the company offers enhancements over the previous product portfolio, be it gradability of 25%, best-in-class loading area, and also, since it's a CNG product, they've experimented with the filling cycle and claim to have got it right. Dual nozzles on the truck for slow and fast filling of CNG. So it's a 7.5 tonner with a 3800 mm wheelbase and a 16 feet body powered by a 3.8 liter SGI BS6 engine. Makes up a peak rated power of 85 HP at 2500 RPM and a torque of 285 Nm at 1200 to 600 RPM. So it's the engine is mated to GBS 27, which is a 5-speed manual synchromesh gearbox. Let's take a closer look at the truck from this angle. Lot of changes, not just cosmetic, but to the driveline to try and extract a juice, every bit of it possible from the driveline. That's the tank over there. The company has ensured that operators can get a range from 700 kilometers to 1500 kilometers on the upper end of the spectrum. The upper end being obviously manned by the M&HCVs. Today was also the day when the company launched the first M&HCV CNG truck and also a 19-tonner multi-axle variant with CNG, which is the first for the industry. These are MRF tires doing the duties, radials. That's the body. The company is focusing on every layer of the entire value chain, be it for drivability and right up to the operator returns. Every aspect has been paid close attention to in this first phase of expansion. This is the dual nozzle that I was speaking about. The company has ensured that drivers are alerted for mishaps like CNG leak and any other catastrophes that can be prevented has been taken care of. Here you can see 2 tanks, 150 liters, one on the left and one on the right. Let's try and see if we get access to the cabin, which again has been worked upon. This is a mechanical seat with 3 orientations, so it can fold back in 3 orientations, making it comfortable for the driver. Here you can see the suspended seat adjustments. This is the instrument cluster. Special attention has been paid to enhance road safety as well. A lot of blind spots the company has attempted to cover with the placement of enhanced mirrors. There are more mirrors in the higher variants, which we will come across shortly. Just giving you a quicker view of what the cabins look like. Infotainment system, good AC vents, features like USB charging, and a nice panoramic view for the drivers to give them a commanding stance. It's coming back to the front. Let's move to the Next one in line. The next one up is the 1512G LPT. This is again a truck that offers a 700 plus kilometer range. It has a 24 feet deck length, powered by again a 3.8 liter SG TCIC engine. Again features a dual nozzle, plying on radial tires, powered by Fleet Edge, and offers a good gradability of 25%. So the idea behind enhancing these features is to also not just cater to the requirements of operators from the urban metros, but also in the rural areas. A 16-tonner with a wheelbase of 5170 mm and a body of 24 feet. 125 PS peak rated power at 2250 RPM, mated to a GB40 gearbox, which is a 5-speed gearbox, lying on 16-inch radials. Then, of course, we have the Ultra T12. Here, it holds a capacity of 576 liters. Apart from all the features that I explained in the previous two models, this comes at just about under 12 ton of GVW with a 4530 wheelbase, 20 feet body, same BS6 3.8 liter engine. Similar power to weight ratio obviously changes over here because of the tonnage, but otherwise the peak metrics remain the same. This one plies on 17.5 meter radials, and again the cabin, similar to the 1512 LPT, has been enhanced with all possible means of operator comfort. Moving on to the biggie, the 28-tonner 180 HP Cigna in its CNG guise. So the highlight of this launch has been the launch of CNG multi-axle vehicles, which according to the company is a big milestone. Cigna 2818 again claims a 700 kilometer range, will be offered in 24 feet and 32 feet deck lengths. Again, the technology for filling is reliant on the dual filling nozzles for slow and fast filling. The 28-tonner will be offered in two wheelbases, 5500 5mm and 6800 mm. It will be offered in both the Cigna fully wheeled cab as well as the LPT cowl version. Engine, of course, looking at the tonnage, goes up over here. It's the 5.7 liter SGI CNG VS6 engine, which generates a peak rated power of about 180 HP and made it to a 6-speed G750 gearbox. The vehicle plies on 20-inch radials. On to the next one, 1918. This was the first introduction of the 1918 CNG Cigna. And this one surprises as it offers 1000 kilometer range, coming in two deck lengths, 20 feet and 32 feet, with all the enhanced safety and ease of filling features that have been offered in totality for the entire expanded range. Offered in a 4800 mm wheelbase as well as a 6800 mm wheelbase. Again, this will be offered in the Cigna cab as well as the LPT cowl version. The power to weight ratios have gone under change, and increasingly you find Indian trucks looking at that ideal power to weight ratio. Let's try and sneak in a look at the rear of the vehicles. This has been the highlight of the day, CNG tanks onto multi-axle trucks. This one is a 6x4 and the 1918 a 4x2. Getting you the rear view of the 2818 CNG as well as the 1918 CNG. The company has tried to tap in the requirements of operators in the haulage section, right from e-commerce to the heavy loads, and also there is a full-fledged tipper range that awaits us as we move forward. So a new tipper range also to look forward to. Let's start with the rear of the Cigna 5530. So this is what enables Tata Motors to stand out catering to a payload requirement of 500 kgs on the downside and going up to 55 tons. The chassis lays bare over here, so you can have a closer look at the tractor. Lot of engineering has gone into this. That's the gearbox, the air filter, and you can see various partners like ZF, WAPCO, all have played their part in putting this together. Let's try and also, these are Apollo tires, radials, doing the duty, the Endurance series, 20 inches. The Cigna made quite a statement when it was launched as an enhanced version of the legacy LPT truck range. And since then, it has gone under iteration. CNG obviously is one mega iteration that will be a milestone for the company. This is the DF tank provided by Tata's trust partner Cummins. Enhanced driver footboard for climbing into the cabin, bearing the badge of the 5530.S. Very important in Tata's overall strategy of moving towards net zero through clean fuels, not just battery electric vehicles, but clean fuels, be it through diesel or through the CNG route. Interestingly, the company in its roadmap will be moving from BS6 diesel towards CNG, then graduate to LNG, and from LNG it will look at battery electric vehicles before moving on to hydrogen as the fuel choice. Again, look at the driver cockpit, quite spacious, quite well deserved of the tonnage we are looking at. Quite tech heavy from every perspective. Infotainment screens, USB, a D+1 seating arrangement. Again, the suspended seating continues in the high range. The dashboard with a infotainment screen, features like driver fatigue alert, enhancing the coverage of blind spots with mirrors all around. The one that caught our eye was obviously the front mirror, almost like a street lamp, which will allow the drivers to be very, very sure of where they are headed. That's the 5530S. One more thing that the company stressed on was the new projector headlamps and a signature DRL that they have come out with in the new design language. So that's again going to be a highlight for the truck. And then this is the cornering lamp, which will enhance night driving and offer an added safety element to the drive. Aerocons and a lot of thought behind enhancing the aerodynamics. The trucks also look at low rolling resistance. So that again is an effort to give the operators higher fuel economy. That's the 5530S. All these trucks also have the multi-mode drive switch, so the power, the economy mode, and so the drivers are well provisioned to switch their modes, whether they are laden or in a laden state or in an unladen state. powered by a 6.7 liter Cummins engine, peak rated power of 224 kilowatt at 2300 rpm, a torque of 1100 Nm, and this one has a 9-speed synchromesh gearbox. On to the next, the Prima. Now, the Primas are quite synonymous to Tata's racing trucks, but these are at the top end of the spectrum. This one is a 35-ton, 300 HP Key 19 Scoop. A lot of effort again on designing the right aerodynamics. You can see the front fascia, you can see the grille, giving it a lot of room for air intake. A closer look at the headlamp arrangement, again with the corner lamp integrated into the bumper. That's the pulling hook. You can see the mirrors on the top, the hazard lights. Prima LX for you. The company has stressed a lot on these aero corners. If you can look at all the trucks featuring these protruding structures, which are the aero corners for better aerodynamics. This front fascia, of course, is a new one. Has all the works and should be loved by the operators. 19 cubic meter scoop body. Again, the gearbox duties are being done here by ZF. This is the 55-tonner Prima 5530S. Has all the cosmetic changes that you saw in the 3530. Beyond that, the fact that it's a 55-tonner, it's a 6x4 configuration powered by a 6.7 liter Cummins engine, mated to a 9-speed G1150 gearbox. Offers about 20.5% gradability with a brake duties being done here by full air S-cam with automatic adjuster. Takes it to the next level for the company.
Wait.
Sorry. We'll come back to that again. Just giving you a look of the bare chassis in the tractor. JK tires over here doing the duty. 20-inch radials, 6x4 configuration. Quite a piece of art, isn't it? Just give, since we are at the rear of the truck, giving you a look of JK Tires VM Rock Series, specially designed for the tipping segment. That's the side look of the scoop body. Moving on. Let's now come back to the haulage segment. Again, a new introduction for the day, the Ultra CX T16. There's a nice common design language running through all of these, with a good amount of focus on active safety measures that the company has managed to The company claims that the T16 Ultra has all the features that you could find in an SUV. So that's the kind of comfort that the company is looking to give the operators. A 3.3 liter engine during the duty, as a music system, fast USB charger, governed by the Fleet Edge. 16-tonner will be offered in 3 wheelbases: 3920, 4530, 4920, and also 5300 wheelbase with various body configurations right from 17 feet up to 24.4 feet. On 16-inch radials. Let's try and get you that SUV-like cabin. That's what the cabin looks like. You can see these inclusions. Nice bit of interiors in dual tone. Comfortable large AC vents. Gear stick almost mounted on the dashboard. That's the music system with the fast USB charger that the company was talking about. There again at the top on the co-pilot side, you can look at the mirror. Gives a nice side view right down till the road. A hydraulic jack hiding here behind the seat. That's the Ultra CX C16 for you. Indicators on the door here, reminding the driver. There again, duty is being done by MRF radials. That's how the body looks from the rear, to give you a complete idea of what you are up against, the T16 Ultra CX. And now, moving on to the rear of the LPT range. Let's look at the rear first, and from the body move towards the front cabin. 1212 LPT and 1512 LPT. Tweaking the tonnage, addressing that 12 to 15 ton spectrum. Again, duty is being done by MRF radial. On the 12 ton, on the 15 ton, it's the JK tire, jet steel JDH3 series of tires. This is an important truck because the company has extended its challenge of offering the best fuel economy by a specially dedicated series that bears the badge of FE, which means fuel efficient. So both the trucks are said to be best in class fuel efficient. Look at it from this side. So very little to choose in terms of the front fascia and overall look, but it's the duty cycle that you are looking at. Both the trucks are powered by a 3.3 liter engine. The engine obviously is cooled by an e-viscous fan. Tires are low rolling. There's a gear shift advisor on board for the drivers to try and ensure optimum gear shifting. Driveline has been optimized. It's again powered by the Fleet Edge telematics system. The 15-tonner will be offered in 3 wheelbases and in 4 choices of body from 17 feet to 22.3 feet. When it comes to the 1212, again 3 wheelbases on offer and 4 bodies to choose from 17 feet to 22.3 feet. Powered by the same 3.3 liter BS6 125 HP engine. So if you're looking at higher economy, FE series is something that you should look at and check at your nearest dealerships. And this one again was an interesting launch, the K.14 Ultra specially designed for hilly terrains, where somehow the operators were stuck to 3 and 4 cubic meter boxes. This expands Tata Motors' range, and now Tata Motors becomes a full range player by offering 3, 4, 5, and 7. In fact, 4, 5, 6, and 7 cubic meter boxes with the K14. Fully air conditioned cabin, dual power mode. Happens to be a front end tipping and a higher gradability of 36.5%, which is specially designed for the hilly terrains and the narrow winding roads that you may find in the interiors of the country. 14 tonner, so K.14 in one wheelbase, that's 3160 mm, powered by 3.3 liter BS6 155 HP engine, mated to a 5-speed gearbox. Interesting product this, and got quite a prominent mention from the senior leadership. Next to it, the last two of the lot from the tipper range, 610 LPK is our next truck. Mind you, it's 14 trucks, quite a massive launch, and we are just about reaching the fag end of the products. This one has everything from the legacy model, conventional bulb headlamp arrangement. Got these reflectors at the front end, which is interesting. In addition to the tapes that are mandated by the government, nice little inclusion, hazard lights at the top of the cabin. And even in this range, the effort has been to reduce blind spots, enhance safe driving by such an active inclusion. 30% of gradability with a 3 cubic meter body. At the lower end of the power to weight ratio, mated to a 5-speed gearbox, flying on 16-inch radials. Let's move to the familiar face, the popular 710. Has gone under many iterations, and there are many variants running on the road, but yet again the company has managed an addition, the 710 SK. 32% of gradability and a 4 cubic meter body. So two tippers of these three catering to the 4 cubic meter tipper segment, with one also coming in an option of, in fact, the 4 cubic meter right next to it, the 610 LPK for the 3 cubic meter load body, and the K.14 catering to the 7 cubic meter load body option. .5 tonner, 7490 GVW with a 3400 wheelbase, mated to a 5-speed manual synchromesh gearbox. It's a power steering. Let's try and get you a side look of the tipper bodies. So this is the body that will be offered in 4 cubic meter. For the 610, it's a 3 cubic meter body. This gives you a clear idea. And the biggest of them all, the 7 cubic meter body. So that was a short tour of all the 14 products in this first phase of expansion by Tata Motors in the overall strategy, for which the company has allotted about 15 to 20% of the overall investment outlay. We'll try and get a word from the senior leadership as well, and in our further reviews look at each and every product a little more closely. Thank you so much for staying tuned into CV Magazine.